Welcome to Adllins.
My name is Nicole Michael and I am a secondary school teacher, and I have been working in the education space, I suppose, for the past 9 years. This would be my 10th year teaching, but I've decided that I wanted to seek a little bit of a change, and I was fortunate enough to get a role with AFL Cape York with the Groote Eylandt transition programs, and we work specifically with Groote Eylandt students in their transition from Groote Eylandt into the boarding community, I suppose, and then into school and being able to access education in that way. One thing that I've learnt actually, because one great thing about this job is that I've had the opportunity to actually visit the beautiful Groote Eylandt, as you can see, and experience where these kids have come from. And it gives me a bit of perspective in terms of where they've come from versus what we expect from them in mainstream classroom. And it's such a massive jump, and it's virtually impossible, pretty much, for these kids to really succeed in finishing secondary education without some sort of specialised plan for them. And so that is what our program is designed to do, and it's this stepping stone for these kids moving from Groote Eylandt to mainstream education. What I really like about visiting community, and this is something that I feel like it gets a little bit lost in today's modern society, is this importance of togetherness and connection with family, and yeah, with their traditional roots of where they come from. They're always, these kids and families, they really want to be together, and they protect each other, and they just want to spend time with one another. You don't often see them off in their own room by themselves, just entertaining themselves on their phone. They're often always together, and they really value that.
AFL Cape York House staff work with a number of stakeholders on Groote Eylandt, including the Adllins Land Council, to facilitate a program that meets the needs of students from Groote Eylandt.
Hi, my name is Amanda Clark. I am the Education Project Officer for the Adllins Land Council on Groote Eylandt. So my role with the ALC is to assist local families, traditional owners, with all their education needs. So that includes education on island and off island, whether it be mainland schools, primary school or boarding school. With boarding schools so far, probably our most successful school that we have an affiliation with is AFL Cape York, and I think that's because they take the time to come over and meet the families, experience the lifestyle in which the children are living, and understand how that then impacts them in their day-to-day life in school.
As a part of transitioning students into school in Cairns, AFL Cape York House worked very hard with community to interweave culture, including language, art and dance, into Cairns and back into community.
Hi, my name is Noella Govius. I'm the principal of Adllins Area School on Groote Eylandt. I guess boarding environments they work and they're successful because they have all this dependency on structure. So boarding environments offer structure, and it's a good opportunity for our students to, avail of that opportunity. It is, however, very different from a home environment where there might not always be the same structural expectations from our students. So that, in its sense, is a big difference. Groote Eylandt is a remote school, and we are on a remote island. So our opportunities, even though we try our best to expose our students to as many as possible, from a bigger point of view, they're quite limited opportunities. So in that sense, it is important for our students to have bigger options, or varied options, should we say, that can actually take them out of that little bubble sometimes remote islands and remote schools can be in, and just expose them to what's there in the bigger world.
AFL Cape York House work with Groote Eylandt schools to understand our students' learning needs and backgrounds to give them the best chance of success. Back on Groote Eylandt at the students' old schools, they have a number of support staff like the polyfarmer ladies who understand them even when they don't speak English at home.
We are able to provide in-school tutors for all three schools, so Umbakamba, Anurigu and Adllins. These tutors provide support for our Indigenous students within the classroom for their learning. We also run after-school learning clubs at Umbakamba, Anurigu and Adllins. These clubs promote attendance and engagement, and we do a range of literacy and numeracy activities along with extracurricular activities such as science, sport and art. From last year, we've noticed that the percentage of attendance of these students who have been attending regularly at Polyfarmer has increased, and their engagement and overall happiness and wellbeing at school has also improved. Community children.
Probably one of the main difficulties would be students coming to school and not having English as their first language. So they're coming to school with 2, 3, even 4 languages before they speak English. So we have tutors who support in school, so if there's got gaps in their curriculum, we've got students who can sit one-on-one or in small groups with them. We have some first language speakers, tutors as well, so they can interpret if needed. So they have a lot of in-school support with the curriculum.
We see that the parents are very proud of our students going to school in Cairns. This is very important for the students' future and the Groote Eylandt way of life.
I'm a Deputy Chairman of Adllins Land Council, looking at life coaches to guide me, and that's the same thing as what my grandson's doing now. He's getting a lot of life coaches and guidance in the AFL Cape York House, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm learning. So he get a lot of good support from family, supporting him. I know he will do well. But we as a family, we gotta think positive, right? We gotta think positive for our children. Teach them the right way. And this is the part that I actually let Renata go. I know it's very hard to let him go, but I wanted him to think and say, what did my granddad did that for? But I want him to not give me answer now, but he will answer me that next time.
Sometimes our students get homesick when they are away from their land, their stories, their food and their way of life. AFL Cape York House staff make it easier to make this transition by visiting home with the students during term, and sometimes even their parents come to Cairns to help with that transition. In Cairns, our students go to Bentley Park College. They have some fantastic teachers and support, and there are plenty of wide open spaces to play and make friends.
So my name's Adam Catalano, I'm Deputy Principal Junior Secondary here at Bentley Park College. So yeah, we've had Cape York students here since the start of 2019, and we support the students to try and make them feel inclusive like every other student at the college through a transition program. We've had met with the Cape York staff, trying to look at individualised plans for each of the students, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9 and now into grade 10. So the program for the students here looks very similar than like any other student attending Bentley Park College, but for each of the students it's on a needs by needs basis. So some of the students might do 60% of their classes in mainstream classing, with 40% of the lessons through some intensive support through the AFL Cape York support staff, and some of the students by the end of 2019 in particular, in grade 9 they were doing 100% of regular mainstream classes here at school.
In Cairns, the students have many aunties and uncles looking out for them. If they need anything, they can always ask them for help, but it is always important for them to follow their guidance so that they can bring out the best of themselves. I'm Sam Brayshaw. I am the Program Manager for the AFL Cape York House Foundation Gridiron Transition Program. So the positive aspects of the Gridiron program we see from a day-to-day perspective, the kids in the classroom going to school, their growth as young adults is fantastic to see. Unfortunately on Gridiron there's said to be a 30-year education gap where a lot of people in the community do struggle with their numeracy and literacy skills. So our program facilitates the learning for young Gridiron students to arrest that and correct that and improve better outcomes for the island into the future. It's been interesting to see our students grow through the program in the last 15 months. We've put students into some different environments, and different strengths and skills has come out of those environments, which has been encouraging to see. We've seen young artists, young sportsmen. Different careers for these students is definitely the goal, and the skills that the students have supplied so far has been very encouraging. There are many reasons why Gridiron is a special place. When you come to Gridiron, you are welcome to the family, welcome to the culture and welcome to island life. But when you leave, you remain a part of this.